Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our daily lesson. Today we're going to learn how to determine the 6 trigonometric ratios. So what are the 6 trigonometric ratios? First we're going to learn sine, cosine, tangent. Sine, its opposite or the one it's reciprocal is cosec. Cosec, because sine it is reciprocal is cosec. Cosine is sec. And tangent, it is reciprocal is cotangent, cot. So those are the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First, what we're gonna learn, the first 3 are major. The sine, cosine, tangent. So we must know or remember the early what we learn, sine, soh, katowo. So this is the short form of what way the ways to find each one. Sine is opposite. O stands for opposite over hypotenuse, and Ka is cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So Sokatawo is gonna help us. That is the very best, is a good tool if you know this. So that number 4 and 5, cosec and sec and cot are the reciprocal of this. So the work is very, very simple. So we given our first example. We given a triangle. A right angle triangle, and then hypotenuse is 5, and the legs, this one is 3, and then this one is 4, and then this one says I count backwards, so it doesn't matter, A, B, C, or you could write A, B, C the other way around, or you can start from top. It doesn't matter. So it's your preference. So we are asked to find the ratio of all the and so we have to find ratios of the 6 trig functions. We must find the ratio. So what are so we have to using this triangle, and then we must find what are the ratios. First we're gonna use Sokatawo, and then we're gonna use assume angle A is the one we must do it. Angle A. So they might ask us an angle B. It doesn't matter. So now, so we must find angle A. So we have to say sine angle A equals opposite, because we know sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So hypotenuse, opposite of hypotenuse, which is this angle, its opposite is this one. This is the opposite, and then this one is the hypotenuse. So in this case, this one is the opposite of it. So it's gonna be 3 over 5. That's sine. And then we're gonna do a cos angle A. Cos angle A is equal adjacent, means we're doing A adjacent, which is 4 over hypotenuse, which is 5, 4 over 5. And then we have to do now tangent. So tangent is tan angle A is adjacent, which is 4, adjacent, which is 4 over 3. Opposite is going to be 3. So now we know that the main 3. We know sine, we know cos, we know tangent. So sine, it relates with cosec. So now sine is cosec. So sine, okay, so we must sine, so either way, so sine is 1 over cosec, 1 over cosec, or we could say cosec equal 1 over sine. Both is the same thing, because now we know it's 1 over sine, and so sine is 1 over 3/5, 3 over 5. As a fraction, we have to write 1 times, this one we have to flip 5 or 5 third, 5 over 3, which is 5 times 1 is 5, 5 over 3. So what happened? We flip it, and what we have sine. So sine was sine is 3 over 5. Then cosec is 5 over 3. So cos, we're gonna do the same thing, and tangent, we're gonna do the same thing. So cos, now let's do cos. So cos is related with cosec. So cos A is equal 1 over sec. I mean sec, yeah, 1 over sec, or sec equals sec A equals 1 over cos A. That is what is cos. Cos, we have 4/5, 4 over 5, and then 1 over 4 over 5. That equals 1 times 5 over 4, which is 5 over 4, which is equal 5 over 4. So we just flip it. Whatever we had cos, then cosec is the reciprocal of cos. Now we must do what is cot or tangent. Cot is related to tangent. So tan A equals 1 over cot, or cot A equals 1 over tangent, 1 over tan A. So tangent, what we have is, tangent we have 4 over 3. So this one is going to be 1 over 4 over 3. That equal 1 times 3 over 4, which is equal 3/4, 3 over 4. That's the ratio. So now we accomplished how to do all 6 trig ratio. This one is going to help us when we're learning the proofs, trig proofs. So that's the first example. Our second example, example number 2, we given so now they give us cosec 8. Cosec, they give us that the cosec equals 8. and then they ask us what is going to be the sign, the reciprocal. Yes, reciprocal. So this one as a fraction, we know 1 over something. So sine A is 1 over cosec A, which is 1 over 8 over 1, which is going to be 1 times 1/8. That gives us 1 over 8. So 1 over 8, and then so we're gonna get some decimals, and the angle is gonna be 7 degrees. So 1 over 8, when you divide it, then yeah, we're gonna do sine inverse, and then we get 7. And example, yeah, still example 2 continues. And okay, let's write example 3. We are given sec A is 5 over 2. And then sec is related to the cos. So what is cos A? That's what we must find. It's going to be 1 over sec A. That is 1 over 5 over 2. And this equals 1 times 250. We must flip this one as a fraction, as we remember, right? How to do fractions. So this equals 2 over 5, because 2 times 1 is just 2. And then we get some decimals, and then the angle, yeah, we got it. This one equals decimals, and then the angle is 66 degrees. So example 4, we are given cot A. Cot A is equal 5 over 16, and then they ask us to find what is tan. So we know tan A equals 1 over cot A. That equals 1 over 5/16. So it's gonna be 1 times 16 over 5. We must flip, and then 1 times 16 is gonna be 16 over 5. And whatever we got, so yeah, so even if we write mixed number, it's gonna be 5. No, 3 times 5 is 15. Yeah, 3, and then 1/5, and then we get whatever we get, 3 point whatever. So that's the angle will be 73. So this one we're gonna write 3 point something, and then the angle when we write tan inverse is gonna be 73 degrees. That's how to do it. Have a great day, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.